My dear friends, Sage Vyasa is the highest of spiritual wizards of our age. So much so that today's all knowledge are called leftovers from Vyasudchishtam Jagat Sarvam. It is said that what is not here is nowhere. Yanne hastina tat kvachit. Because Sarvartha Paribringhitam, his division of the Vedas, composition of Upanishads and Brahma Sutras, and compilation of the 400,000 versed Puranas and two more than 100,000 versed epics, the true history of humanity, are such masterpieces even today that a new denomination of Vedic tradition becomes authorized only if one can present a harmonious commentary on the three of the Vyasas Prasthanatrayi, trinity of great literature. The same Vyas, after completing his mission, was sitting discontented in the hermitage in Shamyapras, now located 5 miles north of Badrinath, 10,000 feet high in the Himalayas. In the opposite part of the union of Alaknanda and Saraswati river, where mysterious Mahavatar Babaji is said to be residing with his sisters and few Western and Bengali enlightened devotees, disciples. So, my dear friends, so what happened? Like every genuine seeking, the objective is materialized by law. Narad appeared, the great yogi. Great yogi Narad appeared, this big skywalker yogi before Vyasa. He responded to Vyasa's predicament and he sang a song on the tune of his veena. Veena is a musical instrument like guitar. So he sang, Dukh sagar ko varan par, yuga yuga jeev thah nahi pavat, boodat sir dhari bhar, Krishna tarala bayari jakurati, lobhal hari nautar. Oh dear Vyas, there is no beginning nor end of the sea of suffering when human beings start suffering. Age after age, life after life, people fathom but find no footing and sink helplessly with big burden on their head. Wind of whimsical desires are tossing and turning. Water rills of possessiveness has grabbed and is circling round and around and around. Alligators and sea monsters of sexual desires and hunger and anger are racing down to chew you up all raw. Without the ship of loving Sri Krishna madly, there is no hope. And Kabahu Nike Kari Hari na Bakhane, Charana Kamal Sukha Rashi Sham ke, Te Taje Vishayani Hath Bikane. Dear Vyas, you have written millions of verses, hundreds of books, but you have not narrated wonderful leelas of the Lord. Avoiding the aroma of those blissful lotus feet, you have been gone on describing just how to be better and successful and how to be peaceful. And Nadatha Vasudevasya Mahimaya Nuvarnitaha. You only described how to get rich, how to become famous, how to enjoy worldly life. Natatha Vasudevasya Mahimaya Varnita. You did not describe the wonderful transcendental glories of the Lord. Therefore, through trickeries of entrepreneurial literatures of yours, people are killing up their daytime, jackling their belly, and waste their night shouting, yelling to protect their possessions on their dream paradise. So life is just smoken away. Some burning urge to find God is compulsory to be infused in the masses. Therefore, social welfare and religion also remain hodgepodge without introducing the soothing pastimes of Sri Krishna Bhagavan. Therefore, Samadhina Nusmaratad Vicheshtita. Enter in deep recesses of your being. Enter the devotional trance. Please explore the transcendental pastimes of the Lord God. Srimad Bhagavat alone is the solution to redeem you from this killer discontentment. Then he delivered him a coupled form of, a capsuled form of Srimad Bhagavatam, okay? And after that gift, dear Vyas, Naradji began affectionately. He said, I used to be a Gandharva, a musician species. The celestial musician I was. In my last before life I was. Upabarhana was my name. I was the most handsome youth, master of music, singing and dancing just as Buddy Holly or Michael Jackson. My beloved Malavati, with her 50 most beautiful and efficient girlfriends, was leading my orchestra. We moved city to city, planet to planet, country to country, holding far bigger and far more fancy performance than big rock stars and Elvis Presley. Unfortunately, in one of those thousands of programs, we played erotic program in the assembly when we were invited by Brahmaji himself. And since I was the leader, I was cursed to be human being by Brahmaji himself. Worst kind of pauper among human beings. So, in my last life, I was born as son of a widow who was maid servant in the home of a religious man. I was destined to fall from one ditch to another, down and down and down as usual. But a most remarkable thing happened and I was saved miraculously. That religious man happened to be a devotee of the Lord God Bhagavan Sri Krishna. He feasted hundreds of saints daily. There were many pots and pans. My mom had to clean them. She used to feed me with the leftover breads, remnants of food from their plate. Okay? Uchishtalepānanumodito dvijai. This is the original words of Naradji. Uchishtalepānanumodito dvijai sakrisma bhunjai tadapasti kilbishah. Eating their leftover food, my sins were washed away. My heart became light and clean. Evam pravrattasya vishuddha chetasas तद्धर्मं एवात्मरुचि प्रजायते तत्रान्वहं कृष्णकथा प्रगायता मनुग्रहेणा शृण्वं मनोहरा. The heavy duty, powerful vibration of devotion which always exists in the leftward foot of a God-realized saint entered me. It washed away all my former sinful pattern, which had a strong potency to indulge me in sensual, luxurious lifestyle again and again, as soon as I was to grow young. It cleaned me so well that my perspective became brightly clean. My vision became universal. I became far-sighted. It made me completely uninvolved in worldly affairs. There was a holy man in Vrindavan, my dear friends. If you ate something from his plate, you start seeing visions of God, Bhagavan, and his transcendental pastimes were visible to your eyes as scenes in the television screen. There was another holy man. If you ever touched his feet, you were bound to enter in deep samadhi. Nobody can stop. Your mind cannot stop you or drag you away in other thoughts. So whenever there was famine, a holy man was brought by his attendants, and many times he was stolen away in the bullock cart in the night to another part of the country, because nobody was letting him go anywhere. Everybody wanted him to be with them. So, by his presence, big rain used to start, and all the problems and calamities were over. So such was miraculous his presence. So, my dear friends, my sins were washed away and my perspective became right and clean. And although there was nothing to enjoy in life, there everything was miserable. It was so hard to live, but it made me completely uninvolved in worldly affairs, and great tears came from my inside, from my home. I was completely relaxed. One night, while my mom was returning after her work, a cobra bit her. She died. It only turned me to God 180 degrees inward. There was nothing there worth to live for. So I walked northward non-stop, passing through dozens of towns and jungles and ponds and hillocks. I arrived at a cozy, silent spot. There was a large banyan tree near the pond with the lotuses blooming. I took bath and sat in meditation. The compassionate Sri Bhagavan appeared in my heart, dazzling like sapphire clad with lightning. Overwhelmed with joy, I saw. I was still seeing, but alas, he vanished. I tormented like fish separated from water. Dhyayatascharanambojam bhavanirajita cetasa औत्कण्ठ्याश्रुकलाक्षस्य हृद्यास्यान्वेषणैर्हरिः प्रेमादिवर्निर्भिन्न पुलकाङ्गोऽति निर्वृतः आनन्दसम्प्लवे लीनो नापश्यभयं मुने रूपं भगवतो यत्तन्मनः शान्मनः कान्तं शुचापहम् आपश्यन् सहसोत्तस्थे वैक्लव्यादुर्मना इव He vanished. I tormented like fish separated from water. Then what happened? Then I heard resounding sweet voice of my Lord. Antasmin janmani bhavan mamam drashtum yarhati avipakvakashayanam durdarshoham kuyoginam. The voice said, I am invisible to the imperfected yogis. So, dear boy, you meditate until all your former patterns of thought and actions which are obstructing your evolution of consciousness be cleaned off. Then you will see me again, okay? The voice of my Lord resounded in that silence of wilderness. It took my whole life. At last I left that body so painlessly as everyone does to their garment. Then I saw my beautiful, compassionate Lord. He embraced me, He gave me His veena and free access, sky-walking free access throughout millions of universes. I am my Lord's mind. Whenever He wants, He sends me, and I am there. With infinite mercy upon you, He wished me to speak to you. I did His will, and now I must go. Farewell, dear one. Do the will of the Lord. And Naradji, Devarshi Narad was up in the air. Vyas offered him obeisances, placing his head on the ground in his Samyapras ashram, and he sang a song, looking at him going in the sky. Aho Devarshirdanyoyam, Aho Devarshirdanyoyam, Yatkirtim Sharangadanavana, Gayan Mabjandadam Tantriya Ramayatyaaturam Jagat. Wow, so blessed is Devarshi Narad, who playing in his veena, singing the glories of the Lord God, providing help to genuine seekers, infusing joy, travels galaxy to galaxy, universe to universe, nation to nations. Oh, I am blessed, I am blessed.